Hi, it's me, Dora V here, and for Berserkmas Day 8, I am wondering... I really don't know if this is a good question to ask the tarot, but when have I ever asked the tarot any good questions? But all I'm wondering is, basically, it's a what if he had become king without the sacrifice. In other words, if he was never caught, basically, with Charlotte. So that's kind of what I want to know. Had he been king as a human rather than whatever thing rather than a god, rather than God King, like what would have happened? What would he have been like, basically? And this is the spread I use because I think it's the best one. I did consider the Alchemist spread, but that one is such a weird spread. Like, I really like it, but that same spread makes it clear that you're only supposed to use it, like, once in the blue moon. But anyway, let's begin, shall we? Griffith, what would you have been like as a human king, huh? Other than nothing would change. I'm sorry, anyway. Not liking all these reversals. Okay, so let's see. The focal point would have been Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. Well, duh, like he's a mercenary, so they needed the Mun-Muns in order to get anywhere. That's obvious. Study, scholarship, yes, like that's very clear. He would have needed to learn a lot of things and pay attention to news. Yeah, this one's like really painfully obvious. And today's prize, yeah, because as a mercenary, he would have needed that. He would have needed to know strategy, and that pretty much kind of goes without saying, like, don't you think? But yeah, that would be the focus point. Get as much as you possibly can, and then dreamers, and some are capable of turning their dreams into reality. Yep. So, I don't know, like, here it says would be male or female who could be scholarly, practical, cautious, conservative, or reluctant to change. I don't see Griffith as being really all that conservative. When it comes to being cautious, I think he takes calculated risks. Practical, I do think he's pragmatic. Definitely scholarly, but I don't know about being reluctant to change. Like, I don't know about that. But yeah, it's his focal point. Yeah, the focus is on the future and a higher cause than just material. Yeah, like the actual card of it, like they're dreamers and they would like to make it happen, and that yes, like he has a much higher cause than just wealth. That's obvious. That was obvious from the word go. So there you go. That makes sense, don't you think? So yeah, this might be like the wrong image. I mean, because this one is just Guts being handed money, but yeah, he's looking at it. Except Guts is looking down, like the Queen of Pentacles, where the Page of Pentacles is supposed to be looking up. Alright, we get it. So, yeah, it works. This one works. Yeah, as a focus point. Kind of has to. Background is the Seven of Cups reversed. Seven of Cups usually means that you're dreaming way too much. But this one, it's reversed. Ooh, some background. Maybe you weren't dreaming enough. I don't know. But, hold the phone. Okay, I got that wrong because I'm still a baby. But the reversed is desire, will, determination, project. No shit. Well, no shit. Yeah, that's obviously a background. Wow, background influences. Yeah, duh. Like, he saw the castle and wanted his dream. So yeah, all that, and he's been that way since he was a child. And to be fair, he kind of had to be, because I think he was a street urchin, so he had to have all these things. And the other influence is the Page of Wands. I see this is the new Page of Wands, the Princess of Wands. But she's reversed. Nikki is upside down. So that is, the background influences would be anecdotes, announcements, and bad news. And she's got some bad news for you. Oh yeah, obviously I do remember this scene where someone had joined his cause and was killed, and Griffith wondered if his dream killed that child. It's the indecision and instability which accompanies it. I don't think Griffith is indecisive, but I do think he's unstable. And given the way he was with Guts, yeah, he's definitely a bit unstable. So yikes, yeah, those are definitely background influences. But anecdotes would be like stories, so yeah, I think that too was definitely a background influence. But yeah, it definitely fits. And action needed. This is a Ten of Cups, but it's also reversed. So what the action needed is to just be miserable, is that it? And completely alone? Well, that sucks. No. The reversed is indignation and violence. Oh, he's gonna need to be violent. Yeah, he's done that already. It says repose of the false heart, indignation, and violence. So that last one, like, well, he is a mercenary. They were at war. So the action needed was to basically keep fighting and more fighting with everyone that he has. Yeah, well, it would make sense considering that Tudor is not the only problem, but Kushan as well, so you'll need to prepare for a lot of violence and a lot of death, and that'd be pretty tough. Yeah, it would be a long, hard road for sure, and you still had enemies within and enemies without, so yeah, action needed is a sword. Lots of it. And then the outcome, on the other hand, would have been the Four of Wands, which basically means a lot of stability and trustworthiness. Yeah, it's stability, hard work, basically get to work, and structure, security, strong roots in a home community or workplace. So in the short term, yeah, things would be tough for sure, but the long-term outcome would be that there would have been a lot of security and strong roots, period. Patience, perseverance, hard work, stability, and rigidity. Well, that last one's not necessarily good, but I feel like this is what he would have been like in the long term. It would have been a stable kingdom, and things would have been fine. It's, haven of refuge, which actually Falconia, domestic harvest, repose, concord, harmony, prosperity, peace, and the perfected work of these. So he would have been fine with that. Whether or not it would be anything like Falconia, that I'm not sure. I'm not certain if he would have been like Gesseric. I wouldn't put it past him. But I feel like in the short term, yeah, a lot of war and violence, but in the long term, everything would have been fine. There would have been prosperity, peace, and like the tarot says here, the perfected work of these. Yeah. This is assuming that Guts never left either, like that's the other thing. Yeah, Guts did not leave, okay? But the question is, like, if things went the way Griffith wanted, basically, like, this is what would have happened, and it would have been fine, and that's pretty sad, I guess, because now, like, I mean, he does have a kingdom, but it's as a god who is not very nice, and he's considered inscrutable, so they just have no idea, like, what his intentions are now. You barely knew it as a human. Like, what would he do with it? Like, if he had that kind of power, what would you do with it? What is your vision? You know, like, would there be any real change? Oh, learning can be painful. Yeah, it is. I guess now, because, I mean, it is kind of sad, because, like, without the sacrifice, things would have been fine. Yeah, and like I said, I'm aware of the sacrifice, but I've never actually seen it in full. Like, I gotta get to that, don't I? But this is just pretty sad when you think about it. But, yeah. So, yeah, things would have been fine. I just feel like it wouldn't be anything like Falconia, but does it really have to be? I mean, come on. Oh, well. I'm sad now, so I think that'll do. So, see you later. Goodbye.